Sometimes I will paint a present for someone, but is that actually a good idea?
It's the nail Conan painting.
A painting might be the most dangerous wedding present you can give someone. It's not like a toaster or something. It doesn't solve a problem, it doesn't fit into their lives. It's just something that appears in their house and now they have to pretend they like it. If they do like it, it's amazing, fantastic. What a lovely, thoughtful gift. Thank you so much. But what if they don't? It's really a pretty awkward situation. Like, do they put it up anyway? Do they hide it away and only put it up when I come round? I hope it's the second one. I hope they hide it and then only put it up when I come round. And I hope they pretend to like it as well. Anyway, this video is me making that painting for a couple of friends of mine. A painting is a difficult present because portraits are hard. You know, they're difficult. I do a lot of them, so I'm fairly comfortable I can do it, but it doesn't make it easy. So although there's that initial feeling I have that, oh, I don't know what to get them, I'll just paint them something. I'll just paint them a wee thing. It seems initially to be an easy answer, an easy way out. Still quite a lot of effort in getting it right. This could actually just be a total nightmare. That's because the likeness pressure is much greater in this kind of painting. You know, they're not going to want some kind of introspective look into their souls. They just want, if they even want anything, something light, something easy that just captures a wee moment in their relationship. A wee marker in time. Just a wee thing like that. But that's actually really difficult to do. At least for me it is anyway. It becomes less what I really enjoy about painting, which is discovering something new, finding the thing, finding the painting rather than kind of have a predetermined idea of what it is. Like that, this is much more difficult. For this, there's a clear goal in mind. Make a nice little painting that looks like the people it's supposed to look like. So the best strategy here might have been to grid it out, do a drawing, be really comfortable with the likeness in the drawing before committing to paint. But I decided not to do that. I decided not to do that both so that the process of actually doing this was more fun for me. I'm committed to the idea that there is something really interesting in that struggle, and paintings that you can see that struggle in, they're the more interesting paintings. So not doing a drawing beforehand was my way of trying to keep something of a freshness and not over determine in advance. But there's a wee gamble to this strategy. This kind of painting is difficult because of the likeness pressure. There remains a strong possibility of getting it wrong, and even if it's just a wee bit off, they'll hate it. So it has to feel right. And it is often the case that at this stage of the painting you're looking at now, this is when things can go south. I made an initial kind of drawing in transparent oxide red with a small brush, and now I'm starting to block in some big bits of colour. Find the tones of the face. But that is also the point when things just don't look right. It's important not to panic. Just keep going. To reduce some of the potential problems, I decided to just work with a really limited palette. Initially this was going to be just Zorn, which I have covered before. But in the end, for some of the background, I had to use some blue, so I could reach some of those greens. Fine, whatever. Zorn plus 1. Even Zorn plus 1 is only 5 colours on the palette. Reducing the number of variables really helps in focusing in on other things. I'm not worrying so much about the complexity of my mixes. I can focus more on the drawing and the likeness, and just the general vibe. But once again, this painting did show me how versatile that Zorn palette is. I still really like it. It's just such an easy way into portraiture. I have a small one-on-one teaching session coming up with someone, and we're focusing entirely on that Zorn palette. If oil painting is something you're looking to get into, then I would recommend that as a possible good starting place. You just have to be careful not to use too much black. As a small reminder, the Zorn palette is simply titanium white, yellow ochre, cadmium red, and ivory black. It has to be ivory black. Like I said, in this case, I also have ultramarine blue. At the beginning I mentioned that there's a kind of a false economy to the idea that gifting a painting, if you're making the painting yourself, is somehow free. It's amazing how quick we are to discount the cost of our own labour sometimes. Anyway, I did too. Well, I tried to keep that in check, and really it was only maybe 3 or 4 hours in total, which isn't that bad really. I think it's also a great exercise. You know, something I've always loved doing is throwing down a limited palette painting. The vast majority of my stuff on Instagram is exactly that kind of thing. So it's something I enjoy doing anyway. It is kind of funny though to assume that they're going to put value on this. They might. They will say they will, but I don't know if they really will. As I honed in the end of this, that spectre of that problem of likeness really came back. I was looking at this, the head of the guy, my friend Pete, and it was absolutely creeping me out. What is that? It looked terrible. But I knew it was kind of close, so I just had to do a little tweak, and I think I got much closer. Still not perfect, but to be honest, he'll forgive me as long as I get his wife right. Which I think I did. But as you can see, working on it there, it's a simple thing. It was a simple fix. I think that's the thing that people find frustrating about finding likeness, is that it's a very subtle thing. It's a little thing. I think it boils down to trying to find the balance between where you need to be really careful, where you need to really anchor something, and where you can afford to be a bit looser, where you can let things be undetermined. The more you paint, the more you realise where those key areas are. And I suppose it does vary from person to person, both in the sense of the subject and the painter. Every subject has something that makes them specifically them, and every painter has a way of getting there. I'm still trying to find my way. Maybe everyone is. Anyway, that's it. That's the painting. I don't think I recorded the sort of final touches on this. I just have this photograph. And if they don't like it, at least this video exists to show them how long it took me. So if they hate it, at least they can feel guilty. So that's the video. I gave it to them without filming or recording it, but they seem to like it. But as I said in the video, I mean, you can't really tell. I mean, that's that. Thanks so much for watching again. News for next video. It's quite good. So I've got this sketchbook. It was actually given to me by Stillman and Byrne to try out. I finally finished it. So next week, next episode, we'll be doing a tour of this sketchbook, which is good. Just a lot of good stuff in it. Well, I mean, some of it's good. Some of it's not, obviously. Some of it's really bad.